Alright, so today I'm making a short video talking about searching smaller bedrooms with twin beds in them. So the first thing we're going to do when we enter the room is search right behind the door. Because if we just take off in one direction, say we do a right-handed search and we don't check the door until we're on our way out, we could have potentially knocked a lot of time off finding that victim if we do find a victim right behind the door. So the first thing we're going to do is check behind the door as soon as we get in the room. Now conditions are going to dictate whether I search with this door open or closed. If it's milder conditions, I'm going to probably leave the door open and let that smoke be the tattletale for me of what's going on in the rest of the building. Really bad conditions, I might decide to close the door so I can then take the window without creating, a dramatic fire event with the flow pass. So conditions are going to dictate whether I close the door or not. For these videos I've left it open. Now, one thing to remember is to think about most of the buildings we search are residential structures, right? So how often are you going to be on a wall in a residential structure, especially in a bedroom, right? You're going to have a bed, a nightstand, a dresser, all kinds of things. So necessarily searching along the wall is not always the case because there's so much clutter in the way. You're going to be searching off other anchor points, okay? So we come in, check behind the door. We come out, and you'll notice in these videos with a smaller bedroom, I tend to stage my Halligan bar in a place where I know I'm going to come across it. If I'm in a much larger room, I might hang on to it longer, right? And that's part of my initial size up. Are we searching bedrooms in a McMansion? Or are we searching small apartments or, a hotel with smaller rooms in it or just smaller bedrooms in general? Then I might tend to stage the tool. Okay, so for me, the first thing I do when I get to this bed is I check underneath it, right? So it's a quick look with the light, and if I see a lot of totes, I might not do a leg sweep under that bed. If I see a few random toys and a couple of books or stuffed animals, I'm going to leg sweep. So it's a judgment decision. If you look under this bed and see that there's no way that someone's going to be crawling underneath there, you can choose to move on. Otherwise, I'm going to do a quick leg sweep here, looking with my light and sweeping with my leg. Now this is a quick move. This isn't just dangling your leg under the bed. You're trying to search as much under the bed as you can very quickly, right? So again, look under, no obstructions, a quick leg sweep, and then I'm back up, okay? Next thing I'm going to do is check for bunk beds. So I'm going to reach up, see if I hit a bed, and then also reach over to the wall, because not all bunk beds are traditional in that they're right over the top of each other with posts. Some now are mounted perpendicular and recessed into the wall, so there's a ladder or something over here for that bunk bed. Okay, so I'm going to go up and then over to the wall, right? And the reason I check under the bed first is just for me, if I'm already low to the floor, crawling, I'm going to do that low move first and then go up just for efficiency. Now if I'm searching, doing a duck walk and I have good conditions, I might check those bunk beds first and then go down low. Okay. The next move is going to be to reach across the bed. Now on these twin beds, I can reach all the way across and hit the wall, right? So I can search the things that are on top of this bed, covers, clothes, stuffed animals, pillows, whatever it may be. And between being able to reach that wall and doing the leg sweep, I would feel pretty good moving on. Now, if this bed was pulled up against the wall and I reach across and I feel a space, then I'm going to have to get on this bed and drag an arm or a leg on that other side to search that area. If I can't feel the wall, that lets me know that I need to search the third side of the bed by going around, okay? The other thing is you could also do, there's a potential there that you could knock a mattress over the top of that space. So if you do reach across and feel the wall, if it's a small bed like a twin bed and you can pull back and then search that area, you can do that as well. That's up to you based on how much time you want to spend doing this search. So with these twin beds, one thing you want to remember also is that there can be multiple beds in a room. A lot of times kids' rooms are configured with one twin bed on one wall and one twin bed on another wall. Okay, so always anticipate, just because you've searched one bed doesn't mean there's two. The same goes for searching the bed and checking for bunk beds. Okay, the other thing to remember too is that the rooms we have in these videos, they're not perfect. They don't have closets, they don't have bathrooms, right? They're a smaller room with a bed in it. So take that into consideration when you're watching these videos, to know that expect there to be a closet to be searched. Oftentimes expect there to be a bathroom to be searched. These are just videos to show a couple techniques and kind of the game plan that I have in my head for when I'm going to search smaller beds in smaller rooms. So this is a video showing a twin bed that's situated in the center of the room. We want to check behind the door. We want to look underneath the bed with a light. If we see boxes or clutter, we move on. If not, a quick leg sweep. Check for bunk beds, and then search the top of the bed. Now we want to identify if this bed's pushed up against a wall, because we know if it's not, and it's in the center of the room, that means there's a third side to this bed that we need to make sure that we search. So this is a video showing a twin bed situated in the corner of the room. We want to check behind the door, look under the bed with a light. If we see no obstructions, a quick leg sweep, check for bunk beds, and then reach across the bed. Now we can feel that this bed's pushed up against the wall, so with the combination of the bed's size and the leg sweep, I would feel comfortable moving on. You can always pull the mattress back away from the wall and check to ensure that you didn't push the mattress over the top of any potential victim. So in this video we have split twin beds. We want to do a quick check behind the door. Quick look under the bed with the light reveals no obstructions. So we do a quick leg sweep, bunk bed check, and then reach across the bed. And we can feel this bed's pushed all the way up against the wall. Now we always want to be prepared for multiple beds in a room. A lot of children's rooms are configured with split twin beds. And we can feel this bed isn't pushed up all the way against the wall, so we're going to have to get on top of the bed and drag an arm or a leg in that space to ensure there's not a victim between the wall and the bed.